What happened next is almost too painful for historians to recount. Muhammad's mother, unaware of the book's value, is said to have used some of the pages as fuel for her outdoor bread oven. Throughout the history of Christianity, few writings have sparked more controversy than the Gnostic Gospels. These forbidden texts claim to reveal hidden stories left out of the traditional Bible, offering a glimpse into a range of early Christian movements bound by the pursuit of gnosis, or secret knowledge. For centuries, these books were thought to be lost forever, destroyed by a rising orthodoxy that viewed them as heretical. But against all odds, a series of miracles in the 20th century brought these ancient voices back from the dead. This is the story of how the sands of Egypt gave up their secrets. To understand the discovery, we must first look at why these books were hidden. In the 4th century, as the New Testament canon began to solidify, Gnostic groups found themselves pushed to the margins of society. To protect their sacred teachings from being destroyed, a community near Nag Hammadi, Egypt, retreated to the fringes of the empire. They placed their manuscripts into a large earthenware jar and buried it deep in the desert soil. They likely hoped to return for them, but instead, the hot, dry climate of the desert acted as a natural tomb, preserving the delicate papyrus for nearly 2,000 years. The silence was finally broken in December 1945. A local farmer named Muhammad Ali al-Saman was digging for fertilizer in the cliffs near the town of Nag Hammadi. While searching the soil, his shovel struck a large red earthenware jar, sealed tightly with bitumen. Muhammad hesitated at first, fearing a jinn or spirit might be inside. But hoping for physical treasure, he smashed the pot open. To his surprise, there was no gold, only 12 leather-bound books and fragments of a 13th. Unaware that he had just uncovered one of the greatest archaeological finds in history, he wrapped the books in his tunic and headed home. What happened next is almost too painful for historians to recount. Muhammad's mother, unaware of the book's value, is said to have used some of the pages as fuel for her outdoor bread oven. It is truly a miracle that the entire library wasn't reduced to ash. Eventually, the remaining manuscripts were sold on the black market, slipping through the hands of various dealers and collectors before the Egyptian government and global scholars realized what they were. The journey of these texts led to some very unexpected places. In 1951, a leather-bound Codex arrived at the G.C. Jung Institute in Zurich. It was a 76th birthday gift for the famous psychotherapist Carl Jung, who was fascinated by Gnostic symbolism. This Jung Codex was written in Coptic, an Egyptian language descended from the pharaohs. It was eventually reunited with the rest of the library in Cairo, and by the mid-1960s, a select group of scholars was finally allowed to translate them. Decades later, another lost text surfaced, the Gospel of Judas. Discovered in the 1970s, it suffered its own near tragedy. A later owner, terrified the fragile papyrus would rot, placed it in a household freezer. Unfortunately, the icy temperatures actually damaged the fibers, accelerating its decay before experts could save it. Yet, like the Nag Hammadi find, enough survived to reveal a shocking alternative version of the Easter story. Today, these texts form what we call the Nag Hammadi Library. They have transformed our understanding of early Christianity, revealing that from the very beginning there was never a single church, but rather many Christianities, in the plural. Join us in the next video as we dive into Story 2, the secret mythos of the rebel god, where we explore the Gnostic creation story and the mysterious figure of the Demiurge.